thing I wanted to mention is that, we had, obviously, when I came in, we immediately had some changes in the land use office. We had the secretary resign and the land use director resign. So I'm happy that we filled the secretary, zoning secretary, or I like to call him admin position, with someone was very experienced from Branford. Um, and has been here a week now, doing a great job. She's worked in Branford for how many? 12 years, I think, in Branford in the zoning department. Had a lot of great experience in fitting in very well, so that's good. And then we have, what's kind of the big news is that we did a search for a new land use director. We're very happy to find this Keisha Fink, who has actually a certified municipal planner, AICP planner, which is it's hard to get that credential. And the other thing that's great about her, and I think really stood out, is that she's worked in Weston, in the planning and zoning department, in New Canaan, and in Westport before her husband got a job in Florida, so they moved down there, and she's been doing the same kind of municipal planning, but on a much larger scale and more of like a city in St. Johns County, Florida. So what I think is nice is that she knows all about Easton because she's from here and she's gonna buy a house in Weston. So she already knows the whole area, which is amazing. And then she also has this great experience with in a bigger city where they have all these big building projects come in. So it's not going to be like the first time she's ever seen something like that. If we have big developments that are proposed here or something like that. So I really, and she's already started working. She has to move up here and they're getting a house in Weston. So she's still in Florida now, but she started working. So that's great. And we're talking about she's in the budget process now, and but basically for the same amount of money, more or less, we're getting a full-time employee rather than a consultant. We had an independent contractor before. And the thinking was move to an employee who is full-time and is a planner, because planning and zoning, they're sort of at the time where they need to do more planning, and she's the planner, so that's a good fit. Rather than like, at sometimes you might want an engineer, but at this time we want a planner.